special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Pronex podcast. We want to thank the founder, Fred Pira, for going ahead and making this happen. It's really, really exciting. And my guest today is the CIO of Pronex, Gene LaForest. Gene, thanks for stopping by. How are you?
Very good, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. And we're going to kind of go right into learn about Pronex. First, tell me your background and role in Pronex.
Okay, so my background is information technology. I've been in that all my life. And, starting, with project development and, over the time, got more responsibilities, which brought me here with Pronex to the role of Chief Information Officer, where I'm in charge of basically the product design, implementation, and customer support.
Wow. Okay. All right. So tell me a little bit about Pronex.
Okay, so Pronex is a company specialized in healthcare, system as a service or software as a service, I should say, company. And we have been doing that for about 20 years now. We are really focused on weight loss, related software. And we've got three different lines of products. One for bariatric surgeons, one for primary care physician interested in weight loss management, and the third one, which is brand new for us, is lifestyle medicine.
Can you kind of define like the different ways that you guys serve those three models?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So for bariatric surgeons, we really started as an EMR. But over time, with the emergence of, the Epics of the world and a gazillion different EMRs, we became more focused on the patient relationship management side. And that's where we have developed a product that is kind of unique because it really helps, the bariatric surgery practice to improve their conversion rates and bring the surgeries faster for the patient, faster for surgery.
And kind of define how does that happen through using Pronex technology?
Yeah, so it's a combination of several factors. I mean, the first factor is helping the practice with communication so that they can quickly provide answers or responses to the patients through message templates, some degree of automation in terms of generating messages when certain conditions are met. And the other thing that's really, I think, very unique compared to other competitors is that we have a great focus on, managing the requirements to surgery. And in the bariatric surgery world, those requirements are extremely high and complex compared to other types of surgery. And we have, a lot of automation and customization there that helps the practice, manage their own templates, be reminded when they need you and when the patient is falling off the rails and, those kind of things.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Now let's talk about the primary care physician.
Yes, so what we do for them is not really so much the primary care, but more the supervised weight loss aspect of it. And so essentially, it's a simplified EMR, if you will. It doesn't have all of the medical aspects, or it has them, but not to the same degree of complexity like you would find, for the regular PCPs, because the focus is more directly on weight loss, but more emphasis on managing, weight loss medicines. And we actually have some unique components where, those practices can actually dispense their weight loss medicines, which is not very common, I think, for other PCPs. And a lot of emphasis on, turning patients around very quickly so that, and so a lot of effort in terms of making it easy to prescribe and dispense that medication and bill the patient. A lot of those practices are actually cash pay practices, and so we have added some billing capabilities where essentially you can scan your items that you are going to sell to the patient, or like almost like your checkout point at Walmart or anywhere else.
Can you define EMR for me for our
Well,
listeners and viewers that might not know?
yeah, so that's the electronic medical record. So that's where, the doctor is going to record the documentation of your encounter with the practice. And so that is a future reference for, what happens during the visit.
All right. So once after, we talked about the final area and group, let's talk about them now. That's the newest one for Pronex, right?
Right. Yes. So what we are expanding into is lifestyle medicine. Lifestyle medicine is a really new discipline, or maybe it's not that new, but it's now been recognized, and it's coming more to the forefront. And what it's based on is not so much on medications, but more on 6 different components related to lifestyle: food, sleep, stress, risky substances, activity, and I always forget one, so it will come later. I'm sorry.
No
Or
problem.
community-based interactions.
Yeah, and that's
Uh,
interesting. And who are those people? Like, if you are, that's an individual patient, then, correct?
no, no, yeah, yes, they are. But, I mean, you have doctors who specialize in lifestyle medicine.
Oh, okay. And are they more what types of lifestyle medicine doctors? They're not a primary care, or it depends on the type of doctor. They could still specialize in lifestyle medicine.
Yeah, they can definitely specialize in that. I mean, it's becoming more of a focus for some of them. And you have, also, nurse practitioners who may be interested in that,
Yeah.
or dietitians who want to focus on that. So you've got a combination of different types of people who will come at it through a slightly different angle, maybe.
All right. Now we're going to put your hat on. You did a great job of explaining Pronex and who you serve. Now, your role in technology at Pronex. What do you do on a regular basis to help make the technology work really well in Pronex?
Well, I think it's a matter of, you know, 2 things. It's, understanding your client needs and, what is going to really make your product, better and help them being more efficient. So that's it's essentially the product design component of it. And, the second aspect is, making sure that your technology team is, focused on, 2 things. One is building a quality product, and 2, be responsive to problems. And so my second, hat is making sure that it happens.
Now, what about data analytics? How do you guys utilize your data analytics for Pronex?
Yes, so it's certainly something that is important for each client. Actually, each client needs to be aware of, what they do, whether they are efficient or not. And we also look at it, at Pronex, as a consolidated view, so that, we have a sense of, what practices do good and what they do not so good. And the next step we are planning to implement in the short term is to actually help each practice look at, how they are doing against, our other clients, whether they are more efficient or less efficient, so that they know where they can improve and how we can help them improve it.
Very good. Can you explain patient flow and core products?
Okay, so patient flow is essentially what I described earlier as the patient relationship management tool. And it serves primarily bariatric surgery practices for two reasons. One is that it's probably harder for them to acquire patients than it is for a PCP. There are steps that they have to take to qualify patients for surgery. So in other words, if you are a cash pay patient and your insurance isn't going to cover surgery, I mean, you may not be a very, very good patient for them. So you've got this upfront, work that needs to take place. So having tools to do that efficiently is important. And also the steps to verify to meet the insurance requirements for surgery are very complex, as I said before, and therefore it's important to have the tools that are going to help you. So that's why it applies more to the bariatric surgeons compared to other disciplines. However, we apply some of those components for the other disciplines, like, how do I get my leads from the public website? How do I communicate to them until they get their first appointments? These kind of things, that applies to any of our products.
Interesting. Okay, overcoming challenges. What are some of the biggest challenges you face as CIO in the healthcare industry?
Well, it's obviously, regulation. I mean, it's clear that, between HIPAA and, all of the CMS requirements for, the certification and those kind of things, there is a lot of things that you've got to do. Security is extremely important to all of the, healthcare companies. That's why we have been in a HIPAA compliant hosting environment for years, and we haven't moved. I mean, we are happy where we are, which is important. And I mean, it's just a lot of regulations and things you've got to worry about and stay on top of it over time, which is, challenging.
All right. What do you see the future of Pronex? Where do you see it going?
Well, I think that we are going to continue growing on probably two fronts. On the patient flow side, the bariatric surgery, patient relationship management, we've got a few exciting leads in the pipeline. So that's, that's a good, expansion on a product that is, our more expensive product in terms of revenue. So it's always good to have, good sales on what you sell at the highest price, not just in healthcare, but, in general as a company. And I think the other product that's going to explode is the Core LMP, our product for lifestyle medical or medicine professionals, because, I mean, we are right at the infancy as a discipline, and so the market is much wider and more open, and there is a lot of opportunities out there.
Yeah, lifestyle medicine, which we're going to have a conversation on the Pronex podcast, is going to deeper with some of our experts that are part of the Pronex team, is going to really dive deeper into this whole lifestyle medicine, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I work with Deepa day after day to make our products better. We are, starting with a few beta customers in the next couple of weeks. So it's right there. I mean, it's exciting.
I'm excited to be part of it, to be able to host this podcast, have these conversations and learn more and more about how this works and how it's such a great solution. If people are interested in learning more about Pronex, where's the best place they can go and like place the kind of learn more and schedule a call and really move forward if they want this for their practice?
Well, I guess the website is really the best place. I mean, that's the simplest to remember, www.pronexinc.com. And out there, you'll find, the contact form. You can, request an appointment, and we'll be happy to get back to you and provide you with more information or demo of our product and explore how we can work together.
And what we're also seeing is the resources that are going to be available with this podcast, interviewing so many experts in the field to really help with weight loss, but also help the patients, especially at bariatric surgery, be able to continue to maintain that weight loss and move forward with all these other initiatives that you're putting forward at Pronex. It's really exciting times, especially with lifestyle medicine.
Absolutely. I think that's really important in terms of new focus. You could have a very long conversation about that, about, the food industry and how to work around, difficulty to find healthy food. I don't want really to get into that, but I think it's really important to understand what you are eating and how nutrition is going to affect our health.
All right. Thanks again, Gene. Appreciate it.
Very welcome. It was fun.
All right. This is special simulcast, the Neil Haley Show.